Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. You join us here at Birmingham New Street. We are going to be driving the Class 390 all of the way to Crewe. So let's hop in, we are due out shortly, we're just awaiting the signal here. Let's get the DRA on. GSMR is already set up. Probably going to set it to forward as you get the safety systems all buzzing, so I'll do that now before we actually have to leave. As I'm pretty certain on this route we do tilt in some areas. Just do that now. There we go, that's that done. Set that back to neutral. Cool. Right, 10 seconds. Hopefully we'll get the signal, unless we're waiting for something. We'll wait. But yeah, thanks to Dovetail Games for giving us the key to show off the route. Again, all opinions are of our own. And so far they've been pretty good because, well, it's a pretty decent route. There you go, we got the road. Step forward. That can come off. Doors are closing. And if we time it well, yeah, sort of, you get the RA, which is right away. So basically it means get out. So forward, and let's get going. We use the hill start here as well, because you do roll back here at New Street. We're going to be calling at Sandwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton and Crewe. So we're not even stopping at Stafford. Which is, you know, quite a sort of big station, but we're just not stopping there. Right, we're out, we're on the move. In the Pendo. But yeah, quite a long run for the Pendo. I mean, some of the runs on here are over an hour in this train. So quite a lot, you know, more than what we got on the West Coast Mainline South. And I believe, if you don't own the West Coast Mainline South, because the Class 390 is actually a separate DLC, so you probably could get this route and just pick up the 390 and it will come onto this route. I don't think you need the West Coast Mainline South. And we are playing on PS5 Pro. FPS is pretty decent out in New Street. The lowest I've seen it is 23 FPS. And that was like my first time playing on the PS5 on the route. So whether it sort of had to, I don't know, figure out what's going on. There we go, though. Yeah, Sandwell and Dudley. Bit of sort of a random stop there. Sort of just in the middle of the day. Right, so we've got to keep it at 10 miles an hour until the back of the train passes the marker. Now we are 11 coaches. So, well, it's going to be a while until the back of the train passes it. And we've got to look on the cam, look, we're still there. So we've got ages yet. So it's quite slow out on New Street, and it's also a little bit challenging as well, because you're going up, like you come out on New Street and you just go straight up. So trying to sort of stay at 10 miles an hour is yeah, slightly awkward. So you've sort of got to predict once we're past that marker. So we're 11 coaches. Cool. And yeah, we have had, I mean, there is an issue at the moment on the consoles. I think it's more prevalent on the Xbox, but there is the blurry textures issue. I've had it once so far, so that was good. It was good I've only had it once, so hopefully we don't get it on this run. But aside from that, this route is awesome. It literally has something for everybody on it. There's so many layers, so many, you know, so much service variety, and it's very much like other routes we've had, Riviera Line, etc. It's very much a route of two halves. You've got, I wish we had speed up now. You've got, well, I mean, if we look on the map, you can see sort of double track, two track, very built up all the way up to Wolverhampton. Then you got sort of the fast sprint to Stafford, and from Stafford it's a 4-track main line all the way to Crewe. And Stafford to Crewe actually is half of the route. Doesn't feel like it because it's really quick. Yeah, quad track, 125 miles an hour I think in this train, as opposed to this sort of bit we're on now. So you sort of get that city driving and country driving. And you've got diesels on here, electrics, you've got the steam rail tours, there's so much going on. Right, we'll do a little running brake test. Make sure the brakes are working. Yeah, I think that will probably be alright. And up to 65. But no, brilliant to be able to drive this train on another route, and also long runs as well. They're not short runs on here. Cool. Hopefully we don't get blurry textures. Hopefully. I think Soho Depot's a bit of a killer. At least that's when I got blurry textures on the first time we ran this on PlayStation. So hopefully we don't get them. Just in time. I don't think there is actually warning boards for the neutral sections on here, so you actually sort of have to know when they are. So the next one I believe is between Tipton and Costley, there's one there as well. And yeah, hopefully by the time this video goes out there has been an update to the Xbox and PlayStation versions. I mean, saying that, I'm still on, I think, build 651 or so. Build 651, I think it's meant to be something 1000. So at the moment on console, they've got the wrong build out. So hopefully today, as of this video going out, that gets sorted. Because I think on Xbox at the moment there's been big issues of crashes. So not really a smooth release on console. But yeah, hopefully it will get smoothed out soon. We can hope. Just got to remember what Samwell and Dudley. Actually, let me get my little mark. Even though we'll probably be right down the end of the platform at each station, I've got one of these, a formation reminder. So if we set that to, was it 11 coaches we are? There you go, 11 coaches. You can probably find these on eBay if you want one. Maybe make your own, I suppose. More handy when you're in like a 350. And you can be like a 4, 8 or 12 coach. Has anyone actually found any 8 coach services yet for the 350? They all just seem to be full. At least the ones I've done so far. So we're not tilting at the moment. I think it's when we get north of Stafford. No, hang on, no, north of Wolverhampton. You've got EPS speeds there. Which I think actually are the same as the normal speed. So we might see these system come on then. Which allows us to tilt round the corners. Certainly after Stafford I'd assume that will come on. And yeah, there's no announcements on this train. So you won't hear any chatting. It goes up to 75 just around the corner here. There we go. Although, not really any point of us speeding up, it's literally just round here, Samwell and Dudley. So we'll keep it at 65. Probably just put the brakes on a little actually. Just to make sure we don't go over 65. There's a TFW service. Again, diesel, electric, there's even steam rail tours on here. So again, you've got a bit of everything on here. Although I think the steam rail tours use the Spirit of Steam steam trains. Would have been cool to see maybe the West Cornwall local ones, which are sort of modernised. And this is Sandwell and Dudley. Bit of sort of a random stop for the Pendo. Stop in here but not Stafford. And will we fit on the platform as well? I mean, it's a longish platform. We might fit on the platform. Yeah, first station stop. Then after this, we're fast to Wolverhampton. There you got the 9/11 coach stop marker. And also the 10, I think, for the Voyager, if you stop here in the Voyager. So it's a sort of more principled stop, this one. Let's have a look at the schedule. Oh, we do just about fit in. Walsall, Birmingham. Do you get any 220 stop in here? Anyway, here we are. On time.
And Glasgow Central. The train at platform 2 is the 11:25.
Avanti West Coast service too. Oh, there's a Voyager. 10 coach. Oh no, 8 coach that one.
Wigan North Western, Preston, Lancaster, Penrith North Lakes, Carlisle, and Glasgow Central.
Brilliant.
Will passengers intending to travel on this service please join the train now, as it is ready to leave.
Too late, we've gone. Right, Wolverhampton next. And again, all of the bridges and stuff all have the ID plates. Just lots of little details and signage. So I'd assume that's 5 miles, 34 chains from Birmingham New Street. There's 80 chains in a mile, so it's about 5.5 miles almost, this bridge from New Street. And the one underneath here would be the route it's on. So yeah, not sure what that would be. I'm sure some of you would know what that is. RBS 2, that means something. Pendolino sounds really nice. It moses away. And I think one of the developers for this route, sort of just a random thing, I think is a railway bridge engineer in real life. So sort of that real world knowledge and applying it into the game to make bits and pieces look great. I don't know, how big is the team at All Aboard Studios? If one of the team is watching, is it a big team, a small team? So I believe they mentioned they've been working on this for about 10 months and the team has sort of just got bigger as it's gone along. Because I think a fair few of the developers, I think, are ex-ATS. Which is Alan Thompson Sim, who made the Manchester Airport commuter route. And you've got Dudley Port Station coming up, and then Tipton, and it's back down to 60 miles an hour. I think it said this one was about 58 minutes, this service. So it's, yeah, well, it'll be about an hour. As we go through Dudley Port, a very small little island platform station. I think it's only 4 coaches long as well. But no, big question, has anyone found any 8 coach 350 services? If you have, comment below and we'll play them. As it'll be cool to use the unit deselect, where you can sort of lock the rear unit from opening the doors. Along we go. Sort of the most relaxing thing about train sims, you know, whereas on a bus game or trucking game, any other simulator, maybe apart from flight sim, you sort of always got to be on the ball. Well, I mean, even on this one, you've got to be on that. Double yellow now, so now you've got to be on the ball. But at least you can be hands-free, pretty much. Like, you know, where we were there just coasting along, hands free, cup of tea in hand. Can't do that like a bus sim or a truck sim. Just, it's relaxing. So we had a double yellow, so we're following something, which it does mean we have to be a bit more on the ball. There is a neutral section round here as well. But we'll just keep it at 50 for now. Considering we had another double yellow. Yeah, we won't speed up. So we're following something. Oh, no, now we're speed up. As I've had on each of the Wolverhampton shuttle services I've done, which are Wolverhampton to New Street, every time I've got double yellows most of the run, so we end up being about 1-2 minutes late by the end. Oh, hang on. Oh, just. Yeah, we've ended up being late as we get double yellows the whole way along, but we're not actually following anything. It's just a signal at playing games with us. Then we got Costly Station. Let's get a flyby shot. We're in need of one. Let's pretend we're working at this little industrial place here. Brilliant though. And again, just sort of picture this part of the route and just remember it in about 20 minutes when we're on the fast bit, or maybe more than 20 minutes. When we're on the quad track main line, 125 miles an hour, tilting. There's two halves to it. Two very different halves of the route, which make it interesting. It's not the same the whole way along. And always worth mentioning, this is All Aboard Studios' first route. So, I mean, if this is their first route, what's next? I mean, I'd say probably this is the most impressive debut route by a developer, or by a third-party developer. Like TSG, they went with Dovetail to begin with, sort of a bit smaller, country, rural, brilliant route, really good route. Then you had Just Trains, which did Blackpool branches, so again, sort of out in, well, you had the cities, but small cities. I think Preston's a city, I think. Yeah, this one just, yeah, is sort of the next level up in terms of starting in Birmingham, yeah, one of the busiest stretches of the West Coast Main Line. Right, coming up to Wolverhampton. Wonder what platform we'll come into. So the 30 begins once we get up onto the viaduct here. Where's that line go? Does that join up with the other? Oh no, it's just a little industry. And there's a bit of freight on this route. Not much, but there is some freight. If you're into your freight stuff. Sounds weird, but I think Hudless is the most relaxed, at least in my opinion. Hudless is the most relaxing way to play this game. I've got nothing telling me 900 yards, you've got that in a mile, you've got that, just no. Yeah, Hudless is very relaxing. It might not seem like it, but it is. Well, that was weird. What was that? No one said that looked like flash. Yeah, it's generally relaxing to play Hudless. My eyes are just focused on the track ahead of us, not on the HUD telling me what to do, just ahead. Right, it comes down to 15. If you had platform 2 on the route indicator there, you'd have to come down to 15 for that set of points there. but we don't. So I think most of the Pendo, I think all of them actually stop at Wolverhampton. To be honest, there wouldn't really be much point of going through Wolverhampton because you're going so slow anyway through it. Might as well just stop. And after this, we'll then fast to Crewe, so it's going to be about 35 minutes non-stop. There's Le Shuttle service, or Le Shuttle. The Wolverhampton to New Street run. Nice little run to do, that one. And some of the services, I think morning and evening, can be operated by the 323. Don't know why the doors are shut though. You think that maybe the doors would be left open. Oh, you got 170 there, look at that. Lots of trains. And then after Wolverhampton, you think, oh, I might get a bit quieter. No, it's still busy, because from Stafford you get all of the trains coming up the West Coast Mainline Trent Valley. So the route's always busy. There's not really like a quiet section, all of it's busy. Ooh, that stop marker's pretty close to the signal. That is quite close to the signal. Very close, there we go. Right, here we are. This is Wolverhampton. Do we fit in the platform? Oh, literally just. I wonder if that, literally just. So you do have to go right to the end. Or, yeah, you're not going to do it. Let's get the DRA on. I thought you can't. I thought there's not a cab door here. Stick your head out the window, I guess. Can we do that? There we go. Do that. And we can keep an eye on the signal here. One of the annoying things about the Pendo, no cab door. You have to go down the corridor and out that door over there to get out. Again, hopefully it's running okay. I'm just going to do my little test. I'm a bit late now, but yeah. That's pretty much bang on the marker. Any further and we're going to spad. Come on, signaller. It's probably a 170 ahead of us, maybe. Going off to Shrewsbury, blocking the... there we go, right. Let's get the doors shut. At least the guard would do that. Get back in after our little note. How do we get back in the cab now? There we go. Right, it's Crewe in 37 miles. So that probably is actually a bit longer than that. Because that's if we literally just went in a straight line, which is not a straight line. This is an exciting run, this one. It sort of puts a smile on your face doing this. In the Pendo, on the West Coast Main Line, but sort of coming out of Birmingham. It's just like cool. Really cool. And again, it's just also it's exciting to the amount of UK third-party developers we're now getting in the game. Like 2 years ago, you didn't really have any UK third-party developers. Well, no, tell a lie. You had Rivet Games, Skyhook, you know, both sort of known, sort of known developers. But now we're getting, you know, All Aboard Studios, ATS, a lot more sort of teams joining the ranks of third parties. Exciting. It's just going to sort of propel UK content in the right direction. And we're getting all the new startups as well. Even for German stuff, we're getting all the sort of new developers coming in. You know, we're getting Portugal soon, the Czech Republic, Japan. So much just exciting things to look forward to. we don't really get those sort of dead periods anymore. Well, that's funny. The signal there, I can see. Almost looks like there's meant to be like the mainline aspect there on the junction indicator, which would be position 7. It's not meant to be there. See it hanging out there. Because yeah, sort of TSW2, TSW3 era, you sort of had a dead period, sort of where Dovetail wouldn't really be working on any. Well, they would be working on stuff. We wouldn't have anything new released for like a month or so. Don't get that anymore. There's like a new release every couple of weeks. I reckon we can probably speed up now. So the turbo stars go off on that line, which goes over to Shrewsbury. Does that go to Telford, sort of off that way? And so I think the TFW services go off that way as well. Cool. Little viaduct here. Yeah, not stopping at Stafford. We have to remember that. As you know, I think most services do stop there, but we're just not stopping there. Not sure what's going on with the departure. You see the departure board there. It's set to Penkridge, but apparently there's no services at the moment. I think it's having a bit of a wobble. And then we go up to 90. And then yeah, there is actually an EPS speed limit, but I think it is the same as the normal speed limit, so there's not really much point of it really. That should be the next thing we see. Because I think it's the same speed as normal trains. Once we speed that up, FPS wise, yeah, 50, in between 50 and 60. So it's anything above 30, I'm happy with. Is that smooth? And the only intermediate stop is Penkridge before Stafford. Which probably is the hardest station to stop at on the route, because the line speed through it is 110 miles an hour. It's only a 4-coach platform station, and if you're coming this way along, you come round into it on a corner. Yeah, at 110 EPS. Now we've got speed supervision now, so it doesn't really make any difference. Like the normal speed limit's 110 for multiple units, and even the EPS speed is 110. Well, I suppose it probably means we can maybe tilt. Oh, there we go, 125 now. Well, that's still 125 for multiple units. Okay. Well, let's make the most of the speed. Yeah, we'll see we're getting speed supervised now. So if we speed, the train will tell us. They'll be angry with us. Cool. And I assume eventually we'll probably get the Class 90 coming onto this route, and probably what, the Class 805? Maybe that would be a new timetable though, when that releases for the West Coast Main, because both of those DLC, the 90 and the 805, are going to be for the West Coast Main Line South, but I'd assume they'd both also come onto here as well. Well, they're saying that. Would you have much freight along this sort of stretch of the route with a 90? Absolutely storming along. Now, probably just round this corner. Yeah, probably just round the corner here. We have like a TSR of 40. Just like, no, go away. I'm drawing my speed here. Let's get tilted 2 track at this stage. So I'm shooting up to Stafford. And I assume it will be 60 miles an hour through Stafford. Although I wonder if it will put us onto the fast line. So I don't know if it will slow down for that. So it might come down to about 30. We'll see. Cool. So the train should sort of be tilting around here. Not much, but a little. Shouldn't be too far off Penkridge now. In fact, if you started slowing down here, you're probably going to go through it. That's sort of my last marker for it, is that banner repeater. This is why Penkridge is so blimmin' hard to stop at. As you come around this corner, you sort of straighten up, and it's right there. And it's only a 4-coach platform. Now here it is here. If you're coming on the up line, it's not too bad, but still tough. Got Blairy 350 or Fuzzy 350. So it's about 3.5 miles to Stafford, from Penkridge. And up here we'll have like 3 or 4 overbridges which go over the top of us, and the speed would then come down to 95. Well, at least it does for the sort of normal speed limit. I assume the EPS speed limit probably maybe be the same. See, one thing which bugs me about TSW, and I always notice it now, is the trees. Look at the trees sort of ahead of us. They sort of almost like pop. They sort of go from sort of low res to high res. Or sort of, yeah, you can see them sort of popping in almost ahead of us. I always notice it now. It happens on every route. Even on PC as well. If you don't tweak the settings. Or tweak the deep game settings or whatever. Yeah, so we got like 3 or 4 bridges and then the speed comes down. So I'm going to start bringing it down now to 95. There you go, you can see the board coming up. Let's see, what's it going to say? Maybe we can go faster in the... no, 95 as well, yeah, 95 for these as well. That's for the 60, I think, yeah, 60. Yeah, I think if we're going to get routed onto the fast line, it will bring us down below 60. Well, it depends, we might go on, I don't know, I doubt we'll go on the slow. See what it does. We're coming up to Stafford, which we're not stopping at. Feels a full word not stopping there. And there's also a neutral section coming up as well. I believe. Yeah, we got a yellow coming up, so I think this will be bringing us down to come across the track. Yeah, there's the neutral section. So if it says platform 4, is it 5? Yeah, platform 5 is straight through. What's it going to say on the routing? Yeah, platform 5, so we're going straight through, although we do have a red light at the end of the platform, so... yeah, 5. So I'd assume this might be approach control, unless we're running early and we're going to wait for something to come across. Which, if that's the case, we'll just go really slow up to the signal, because we don't really want to come to a stop on the platform. People might start trying to board the train. Oh, it's green now. Yeah, so it's approach control probably. Oh, there's an A coach, but I think that's a Trent Valley service there. So yeah, this is Stafford. Hello Stafford, and bye Stafford. So I think we're being routed onto the down fast. Which I think the speed limit would then be 125 miles an hour. Sort of, well, once we get onto it fully. Still learning the route. I mean, I'm not driven on the fast line, so... oh, not routing us across here. I thought it would be here. Must be the next crossover. Whatever that is. Wait, it did say we were coming across, didn't it? Yeah, must be here. Is it 30? All of the other points are 30. Yeah, 30 miles an hour across here. Assuming we're coming across here. We did have the junction indicator. Unless I was seeing things. There we go. Coming across again as well. And that is the EPS speed. What is it? 125. That's nice. Although I think there is a stretch where it comes down to 115. Somewhere. So we'll sort of be on the lookout. Yeah, we're now on the fast line now. So we should be at Crewe in about 15 minutes from here. It's about 24 miles. Cleared station announcements. This is probably my sketchiest part of the route, where my knowledge was just like, where? When? As this is the bit we've driven the least. There's been 38 minutes, so yeah, 20, well, I said 58 minutes. I think it'd be another 20 minutes to Crewe. Oh, you gotta be joking. It probably will be now. Look, we got a 40 mile an hour limit coming up. What a joke. A TSR. It's always 40 as well. Always 40. Not gonna slow down yet, so they're still ages away. It's like I'm pretty certain the warning boards must be at least a mile from where it actually starts. Now we also get to go past the site of the former Norton Bridge station, which closed in 2004. We might get a sight of that. So this might make us late, having to slow down here. TSW6, expect the unexpected. There it is there. I do quite like the TSLs, so I just sort of hope they can change the speed limits of them, because it's always 40. Also, I didn't get an AWS magnet for it either. I wonder if that'll be on the other side of it. So I've had that glitch before, where the sort of warning magnet is on the other side. And it's always the same sort of duration as well. Hopefully they can sort of randomise it a bit in future. Right, now up to 125. There we go. Let's go. So fairly soon we'll sort of swing off to the right, I believe, which then sort of takes us up and over the Stoke lines. Because on this route we sort of bypass Stoke. I had a little look-see on Google Maps, and this line sort of Stoke is sort of there, and then this line sort of just goes sort of right round it to Crewe. Whereas some trains, about half of the trains, sort of go into Stoke. That's a Voyager. Yeah, nice to have another route for the Voyager as well, already. It's sort of swinging off to the right here. Then up here you've got Norton Bridge Station, or what used to be Norton Bridge Station. We should see that up here. Yeah, 115 here. So just for this bit which swings off. Yeah, so Norton Bridge Station used to be somewhere here on the left. But it got demolished in 2017 after not having a service for about 14 years. Oh, hang on, there it is there, look. I assume that was, yeah, that's a bit here. Well, this must be it, mustn't it? Yeah, this is Norton Bridge. The remains of it. It's quite cool to see. I wonder if it's labelled. No, it's just, oh yeah, is it? Yeah, Norton Bridge. Hopefully you haven't missed the speedboard by doing that. There you go, 125 again. So what would your marker be for if you're coming the other way? Maybe when the other line joins up here? Might be slightly hard to see at night time. Brilliant. Cool. And yeah, so far we haven't had blurry textures, so I think it's only on some services where it just overloads. But the last, yeah, I've only had one service where it's gone blurry, and that was unfortunately the first time we played on the PS5. Although that does issue need to get sorted. That issue does need sorting. Well, that's more of a sort of core game issue. Right, I assume it might now stay at 125 the whole way, or near enough the whole way. Again, this bit's sort of not. No, I'm not as good with this section. Oh yeah, there's a speed set. I always forget about the speed set on this train. I mean, to be honest, we haven't really needed it so far. It says one of the systems is isolated. Not sure about that. Pretty certain they're all on. Yeah. Always says one of the systems is isolated, even though all of the systems are on. Weird. Right, so I should have the speed set at 125, if it's worked. Yeah. I'll just sit back and relax for a bit now. Again, hands free, apart from when the DSD goes off. sort of the relaxing thing about train sims. But I hope everyone's enjoyed the journey so far. Been good. Been good. Been a good journey. And again, this is, well, yeah, think back to when we were coming into Wolverhampton, that sort of 2-track section, 75 miles an hour, to this. Very different. And this is half of the route as well. I mean, the route's 53 miles in total, and Stafford to Crewe is about 24 miles. Ish. So yeah, almost half of the route is this. So very two different parts of it. Very different parts of the route. So let's just see what time we were due. What time did we leave? Oh no, it was what, 14 part. It was 11:14. I think we left New Street. Oh, definitely tilting around here. Look at this. Yeah, definitely tilting. So see the train going. Brilliant. Must be quite a popular spot to watch the trains at 125 coming around the corners. Absolutely storming along. Look at this round here. We're proper leaning over to one side here. Cool. Yeah, I think it was 11:14 we left New Street. So we're coming up to what, well, 46 minutes. So in about 12 minutes we should be at Crewe. Which sounds about right. There's maybe actually less than that. So we're absolutely flying along. Just hope there's no trains which have got stuck, because on our first look there was a 390 which almost just seemed like it had broken down on this line. So there was like 4 or 5 trains just all backed up. Hopefully we don't get that. Although fortunately we can just delete those trains as well. You can do that if that does happen. No, I thought this route would take a little while longer to learn, but I've learnt this route fairly quickly. Yeah, not too bad. Because that's all everyone sort of has a goal for TSW. Some people want to get platinum medals on every service. Some people want to complete every service. Some people want to do all of the journey modes. For me, it's HUDless. Learning the route HUDless. That's like my favourite thing to do. Almost like it doesn't run the smoothest when you're going at 125. The FPS is sort of flicking down quite a bit. I feel like this sort of feels a lot smoother on PC at this speed. Yeah, it's alright. I thought the speed set's actually taken us over a tiny bit there. I'm going to have to actually chip in there. Speed set put us up to about 125.5, maybe even 126 there for a little bit. Cheeky, let's do that again. Speed set on. They don't really have a marker yet for Crewe, so hopefully we'll get double yellows or some sort of warning board before it. But I'm not going to trust the speed, so I'm just going to do it myself. Putting us over a little bit. Lovely cab though in the 390, big open window. It's lovely, and really nice cab design, cab layout. Nice. Right, I don't think we're far off. Yeah, as I say, I've got some sort of mental marker. These are sort of two really old footbridges. Right, basically max brakes. Will that be enough? Oh, you get a warning board, so that's good. They're always handy. Oh, we're coming up to Crewe already. That section absolutely flew by. I mean, in the 350 it goes relatively quick, but in that was like, wow, that was quick. So we've really got approach control coming into the station. Although we might be a bit early as well. I mean, it said 58 minutes this service, and it's been 52, and we're literally here. We're knocking on the door of Crewe. So we may be early. Oh, well, we didn't get any photos, did we? Hang on, let's get some now. Silly me, I was going to try and get some photos as we were sort of tilting around the corners, but hey ho. Just an average, non-special picture of the Pendo we'll have to do. There we go. Yeah, no blurry textures as well, so that's good. It's just unfortunate on that first run we did, unless maybe that was because the route was loading in or something, sort of as it was the first time. That's yellow. That looks yellow, doesn't it? That signal. Platform 11. Still don't really know my platform numbers here at Crewe. So we'll sort of go a bit slower. Because we probably are just straight in, aren't we? But until I sort of know my platform numbers, all right. Yeah, there's quite a few here. No, we're definitely coming across, yeah. We can't go straight on. Got the 86 there and the 87. Just in time, coming right across here. And 15 as well, I think. But I think on Xbox at the moment it's crashing coming into Crewe, but hopefully that will be fixed, you know, soon. So platform 11 is sort of the, well, here, one of the main platforms, I guess. Oh, and I think at the moment on PlayStation the 158 services aren't showing. I mean, they're not that exciting, they're just ECS moves. Yes, platform 11 is sort of the main one over to the left. Sort of within the centre of the station. So we're looking for the 11 coach stop marker, which I'd imagine will be a 9/11 stop marker. But no, it really is a route for everyone though. There is literally so much on this route. So many different layers as well. If you like your commuter stuff, you've got it on here. You like your high speed stuff, you've got it on here. You like your freight, you've got a little bit of freight on here. There we go. And do the doors. Well, there we go, and this will then continue on to the next section up to Preston, which we will be getting at some point when Just Trains release it. There we go, we're on time as well, which is nice. Cool. Well, that is going to be it from me, everybody. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. I suppose we'll wait for the debriefing screen to flash up. But that was, yeah, a full run in the Pendo on the Birmingham to Crewe route. Wait until 12:10. I want to see the debrief screen, see how we got on. I think I'd say that was a pretty decent run. I don't think we were speeding, or as we'll find out in a second, whether we did bad or alright. It's got a little bit blurry there. Let's see. Oh, it's still not. Come on. Lock doors. Well, it's a red light. Shouldn't really lock the doors on a red. Hopefully they can change that. That one doesn't look like it's stopping. Look at that. That's certainly not stopping. Yeah, no, that was actually a perfect run. Oh, we got a time. We went up to probably about 11 out of New Street. That was it. But yeah, not too bad. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. Links usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, and also our affiliate link for UK departure boards. See you all and take care. Bye, guys.